Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that sounds almost too simple to matter, but trust me when I say this could be one of the most foundational shifts you make for your health, especially once you've crossed that 50-year milestone. We're talking about water. Now I already know what you're thinking. Dr. Carter, I drink plenty of water. I'm staying hydrated. And honestly, you're probably right. You're likely drinking enough volume. But here's the thing most guys miss. Plain water alone is often not enough. In fact, if you're a man over 50 who cares about vitality, energy, and yes, that critical blood flow that keeps everything running at full capacity, then drinking plain water is a massive missed opportunity. It's like owning a Ferrari and never shifting out of first gear. We're not just talking about hydration here. We're talking about cellular signaling, vascular flexibility, and the raw electrical power that makes your body function. And here's the reality. As we age, our ability to absorb and utilize essential micronutrients changes dramatically. What worked for you in your 20s and 30s simply doesn't cut it anymore. So let me be specific. I want to talk about minerals, the unsung heroes of your internal ecosystem. These microscopic elements are responsible for everything from regulating your heartbeat to transmitting nerve signals. And most critically for this discussion, they're responsible for relaxing your blood vessels and ensuring a strong, consistent flow of blood to every corner of your body, including the parts that matter most for peak performance. If you're a man over 50 looking for an easy, cost-effective daily hack that works alongside everything else you're already doing right, your diet, your training, your supplements, then this video is exactly what you need. I'm going to introduce you to a few powerful mineral strategies and show you exactly why and how adding just a small pinch of the right ingredient to your daily water can fundamentally transform your energy levels and your vitality. By the end of this, you'll never look at a plain glass of water the same way again. Let's start with the anatomy of aging and hydration. When you were younger, your kidneys were filtration champions. Your digestive system was a nutrient-absorbing machine. You sweated, you drank, you absorbed, and your body kept everything in perfect balance. But as we hit our 50s, a few critical things start to shift. First, your thirst mechanism dulls. You just don't feel as urgently thirsty anymore, which leads to chronic low-grade dehydration even when you think you're drinking enough. Second, your kidneys become less efficient at retaining water, which means you're excreting essential minerals and electrolytes faster than you're absorbing them. You essentially become a slow leak, constantly draining that precious battery charge. And third, this is the big one for blood flow, we need to talk about your vascular system. The inside lining of your arteries and capillaries is where the real magic happens. Over time, those smooth muscle walls can become stiff and less pliable, which means they don't relax easily when your body commands them to. This stiffness is the enemy of strong blood flow. Here's what most people don't understand. Plain water by itself only hydrates the fluid outside your cells. It does a great job of replacing volume, but it doesn't contain the electrical charge necessary to help that water and the nutrients it carries actually cross into the cell membrane. That electrical charge comes from electrolytes, which are simply minerals dissolved in water that carry an electrical impulse. When these essential minerals are lacking, your cellular communication breaks down. Your muscles struggle to contract properly, your nerves misfire, and your blood vessels don't get the clear signal to dilate and open up. This isn't about drinking fancy bottled mineral water. This is about being a proactive, informed advocate for your own health and understanding which specific minerals are most often depleted and most critical for vascular health as you age. If there's one mineral I could implore every man over 50 to focus on, it's magnesium. Magnesium is an absolute powerhouse. It's involved in over 300 different enzymatic processes in your body. I call it the ultimate relaxation mineral. It's responsible for relaxing smooth muscles throughout your entire system. Now, where are these smooth muscles crucial for male vitality? They're everywhere, but specifically in the walls of your arteries and in the corpora cavernosa, the spongy tissues within the penis that fill with blood to achieve an erection. For blood flow to be optimal, Those arterial walls need to be pliable. When they get the neurological signal that it's time for action, they need to be able to relax, dilate, and open wide. This process of vasodilation is heavily dependent on the presence of sufficient magnesium. When you're deficient in magnesium, and let's be honest, over 75% of adults are due to soil depletion and modern diets, your blood vessels are constantly tight, slightly constricted. This is called vasoconstriction. Magnesium helps counteract that tension. It acts like a natural calcium channel blocker, and calcium is the mineral that promotes muscle contraction. Magnesium essentially steps in and says, hold on, let's take a breath, let's relax. Adding a highly bioavailable form of magnesium to your water is a phenomenal way to ensure systemic relaxation. It's absorbed quickly, enters your bloodstream, and immediately starts sending those signals to your cardiovascular system. This translates directly to easier, stronger, and more sustained blood flow throughout your entire body, which, as you can imagine, is profoundly beneficial for overall energy and intimate performance. The second mineral we need to reclaim is sodium. I know what you're thinking. For decades, we've been told sodium is the enemy, linked to high blood pressure and heart disease. But this is where context and quality matter immensely. The problem isn't sodium itself. The problem is the vast amount of poor quality processed table salt found in junk food. That white hyper-processed stuff has been stripped of virtually every other mineral, leaving only a harsh concentrated chemical that throws your body's delicate electrolyte balance into chaos. However, pure unrefined sea salt or pink Himalayan salt is a completely different story. These salts contain not just sodium chloride, but a whole spectrum of trace minerals, often around 84 different elements, including small amounts of potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Sodium is the master gatekeeper of hydration. It's absolutely crucial for maintaining the right fluid balance inside and outside your cells. Without adequate sodium, your body struggles to hold onto the water you drink, meaning you'll constantly drink more and simply excrete it. This leads to that feeling of being perpetually thirsty despite consuming gallon after gallon. Furthermore, sodium works in a powerful partnership with potassium to run the sodium-potassium pump, which is the mechanism that powers almost all cellular activity, including nerve conduction and muscle contraction. Getting enough high-quality sodium in your water ensures that the water you drink is actually pulled into the cells where it belongs, leading to superior cellular hydration, better nerve response, and more efficient muscle function. A tiny pinch of high-quality unrefined salt in a large glass of water, particularly in the morning, is a completely different nutritional entity than the concentrated salt found in a bag of chips. This simple addition can drastically improve your hydration, which then optimizes your blood volume, making it easier for your heart to pump and your blood vessels to deliver oxygen where it's needed most. If magnesium is the relaxation mineral and sodium is the gatekeeper, then potassium is the counterbalance. Potassium is the third leg of the electrolyte triangle, and its primary job is to ensure proper cell signaling, especially in your heart muscle and throughout your vascular system. While magnesium relaxes the arteries, potassium works closely with sodium to maintain that essential electrical gradient across cell membranes. Crucially, potassium has a well-documented role in managing blood pressure. It helps your body excrete excess sodium, which can be beneficial for men who already have elevated blood pressure or whose diet leans toward processed foods. The balance between sodium and potassium is a fine line, and in the modern Western diet, the vast majority of people consume far too much processed sodium and far too little potassium, which is found abundantly in fresh fruits and vegetables. When we talk about enhancing blood flow, we're talking about creating a harmonious balance. You need enough quality sodium to pull water into the cells, but you need plenty of potassium to counterbalance it and ensure that the arterial walls remain flexible and responsive. While not a classic electrolyte like magnesium or sodium, zinc plays an incredibly important role in male vitality. Zinc is a cornerstone for the production and regulation of testosterone. Research consistently shows that even marginal deficiencies in zinc can negatively impact testicular function, leading to decreased levels of this vital male hormone. Since testosterone is critical for energy, mood, muscle mass, and libido, ensuring adequate zinc intake is non-negotiable for men over 50. Beyond hormones, zinc is an absolute powerhouse for your immune system. As we age, immune function often declines, making us more susceptible to illness. Using a high-quality liquid zinc supplement, just a few drops in your water once a day, is an extremely effective way to ensure consistent, highly bioavailable intake. By mixing it into your water, you're guaranteeing that this essential regulator is immediately available to your system, supporting your immune defenses and maintaining that hormonal readiness that underpins true vitality. So here's the ultimate strategy. You don't need to add every single mineral to every glass of water. The most effective approach is targeted and simple. Start each morning with what I call the daily vasodilator hack. In a generous glass of water, add either a half teaspoon of highly soluble magnesium powder, like magnesium citrate or glycinate, or use the salt hack, just a small pinch of high-quality unrefined sea salt, barely enough to cover the tip of your pinky finger. This sets a positive circulatory tone for your entire day. For hormonal and immune support, add the recommended serving of liquid zinc drops to a glass of water once a day, ideally with a meal. This guarantees your immune defenses and hormonal readiness are reliably supported. And if your diet lacks fresh produce or you're highly active and sweating regularly, use a potassium-rich electrolyte powder that's low in sugar. Add about half a scoop to your water during or after your workout to replace losses and aid recovery. By making these small, mindful adjustments to your water routine, you're effectively transitioning from simple hydration to functional hydration. You're no longer just filling the tank. You're creating an electrically charged, nutrient-dense liquid that your cells can instantly recognize and utilize. This sends clear biochemical signals throughout your network of blood vessels, prompting them to relax, open up, and deliver peak performance-enhancing blood flow to every necessary tissue. This isn't just water anymore. It's a liquid mineral supplement tailored to the unique evolving requirements of your body past that 50-year threshold. Try this straightforward hack consistently for 3 full weeks and pay close attention to the improvements in your energy, mental clarity, physical strength, and overall vitality. Taking this one simple step today is an investment your future 60-year-old self will absolutely thank you for. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more health and vitality strategies, and share this with a friend who's still drinking plain water. Let me know in the comments which mineral you're going to start adding today. I'm Dr. Carter, and I'll see you in the next one.